Hi, and welcome to the Pro Tools Quick Tips. Today we're going to be discussing Pro Tools and Vienna Ensemble Pro. So typically when you first start Vienna Ensemble Pro in server mode, Vienna Ensemble is running outside of the Pro Tools application or DAW. You want to go ahead and say add a new vFrame or instance. And right here you can see that I have actually three different multi-timbral instruments, omnispheres and a contact. Some of them are loaded so that we can go ahead and hear something once we have everything connected. What you want to do first is highlight all three, hold down Option, click on one, and it sequentially numbers them all out. These are the ports, and these are the channels within those ports. Each one of these has the ability to have 16 MIDI channels. Omnisphere actually only has 8, but Contact has 16. So we're going to utilize all those different channels inside the ports. Let's go back to Pro Tools. So the first thing you want to do is go ahead and make an aux track. This is the way I like to do it, so it kind of keeps things more simple, not using instrument tracks, which are typically just for having a one patch per instrument scenario, unlike a multi-timbral instrument. It just keeps things a little bit more organized for me. So a stereo aux for your Vienna Ensemble plugin, and 2 omnispheres and a contact make 32 channels of MIDI. So let's go ahead and go down here, MIDI tracks, 32. Command click aux, command click the solo, and let me select the first 8 because the first 8 is going to be our omnisphere. So hold down Shift, Option, Command, just like using any other multi-timbral instrument in order to have sequential numbering. So the first thing that you want to do is go ahead and instantiate a plugin from Vienna Ensemble Pro here. Now that that's loaded on the aux track, we can go ahead and label the first 8 for Omnisphere, holding down Shift, Option, Command for sequential numbering. Go up here to the first port, which is the first instrument in our vFrame, channel 1, 1 through 8. Now let's click on the next 8, 9 through 16, and we're going to go ahead and do the second port. And then for contact, we have 16 channels, so the remaining down to 32. Shift, Option, Command, click, third port, first channel. Now, all I have to do is go ahead and connect to our vFrame. What I like to do is select all and decouple, because typically when this is not selected, it saves the server and all those instruments with the save of your Pro Tools. So when you open a project in Pro Tools, it opens this template. And it sounds nice, but VE Pro is typically designed for film scoring and music that has multiple cues and uses the same instrumentation. So we want to keep this as our template and have Pro Tools revolve cue by cue so that we don't have to keep on loading instruments and just taking up way too much time. So when you decouple, this will stay the same and we can keep using all these instruments just the way they are, open different sessions of Pro Tools and have it automatically connect to this without any instrument loading, which is amazing. Another thing to make sure that you want to do in VE Pro is go to your contact, options, and make sure that the cores multi-processor support is off. You don't want that working against the VE Pro application, which is trying to use, this is what they call cores or threads. So typically it says here that you want to assign a certain number of cores or threads to a specific number of instances. Since this is one instance, I can go ahead and try 7 threads. I like to try 7 because I want to keep one open for the application itself. The same goes for Pro Tools. I always keep it one core below of what I usually would have at the highest. Another little tip is that I like to see the mixer window and the instrument. So I get rid of the side view here, and I take the portion up here where it says Instrument 4, grab it, pull off, and then put over to the right. So now I can see the mixer and the instrument. Let's see if everything plays. If you have any other questions regarding Pro Tools and VE Pro, look out for other tutorials that I'll be putting out that will be discussing more of the details and behind the scenes of how people use it in everyday workflow.